This is a question number 3. We do the question number 3 now. We read the question first. JP Limited year ended 30th September 2020. The following balances were available. So these are the balances. Then they gave me additional information. Always settle the additional information. And before that, can you check the question? The question asked me to calculate the cost of sales, calculate the PDD increase or decrease, and also the question asked me to prepare the income statement. After that, there's a this one is nothing related to the information. It's not question number D is nothing related to the information. So question number A, B, C is related to this information. So before we answer the question, we need to settle with our additional information first. Okay, first additional information is a closing inventory. Closing inventory, nothing much. You don't need to calculate anything. Later in a income statement, you just take this as a closing inventory. So no calculation. Second one, interest on the 7% debenture had been paid up to 31st March 2020. Wait, you close your account on when? You close your account on 30th September 2020. You close your account on 30th September 2020. And according to this, they have paid until 31st March 2020. So where is my debenture? This debenture that you paid 700, this 700 until March. So we close on September means there is accrued. How many months you haven't paid? How many months you haven't paid? Can you calculate? April, May, June, July, August, September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So 6 months is accrued. How much is the accrued? How much? 6 months, now 6 months is accrued. How much is accrued? How to calculate how much is accrued? You take how much is the debenture? My debenture is, where's my debenture? My debenture is 20,000. So you take 20,000 times with 7% because the debenture interest is 7%, times with 6 months. We want only for 6 months. I get 700. It means this 700 is the one that you paid. The one that you paid, okay, the first 6 months. The next 6 months you haven't paid, which is a 700. So I plus 700. You understand? Huh? So altogether, 1 year is 1,400. 700 that you paid is already in a trial balance. You add another 700. So altogether 1,400 you will record in the income statement. And this one is a debenture interest accrued. Debenture interest accrued. Another one place that you're supposed to record is in a current liability. But I don't care about that because this question, they didn't ask me to do statement of financial position. Since I don't need to do statement of financial position, so I don't care about the current liability item. I just plus here, done already. Okay, next one. Administration expenses included rates 1,200 for 6 months ending 31st March to 2021. Wait, I closed my account on 30th September, but I have paid until 31st March 2021. I closed my account on 30th September, but I have paid until 31st March 2021. It means extra how many months? October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months extra. So prepaid 6 months. Prepaid 6 months. So all the 1,200 is as prepaid. No? All the 1,000, say 6 months. 1,200 for 6 months, 1,600 for 6 months. So all the 1,200 is the prepaid. So prepaid mean you will plus or minus, prepaid mean will minus. So can you go find administration expenses minus 1,200? No need to calculate. Okay, if they gave you for 1 year, then we need to divide with the 12 times the 6 and everything. But now they already give you the ngam for 6. If prepaid is 6 months, they gave you the value for 6 months. Prepaid is 6 months, they gave you the value for 6 months. We just take this right here. And then supposed to record in other receivable in a current asset. Other receivable current asset, but we are not We are not doing a statement of financial position, so don't care about that. Continue. Distribution cost 800 were outstanding. Outstanding means accrued. Outstanding means accrued. Accrued means plus. Plus 800. And another one place must go to the current liability, but I don't care about current liability because we are not doing statement of financial position. Next one, non-current asset should be depreciated 10% using reducing balance. When the question says reducing balance, you need to take the cost minus the accumulated depreciation, then times with the percentage. So your non-current asset is this one. Oh, see, the question is very nice. They already give me book value. They already give me book value. What is the book value? You take your cost minus with the accumulated depreciation, you get a book value. So they already give me the book value, so I no need to minus again. Cost minus accumulated depreciation is equivalent to book value. So they already give me the book value, so I no need to minus or times anything. I just straight away take 610000 times with depreciation of 10%. I get 61,000, 61,000. My depreciation is 61,000. So I go create a new item here. Depreciation of NCA 61,000. Then I supposed to go minus here the value, but I'm not going to do that because we are not doing statement of financial position. Okay, number 6, e-recoverable debt 500 to be written off. E-recoverable debt means you're supposed to go here minus the trade receivable 500. After that, you write here. Do you have an e-recoverable debt here? If you got an e-recoverable debt here, go plus that. If you don't have, then create a new one. E-recoverable debts is 500. But actually, you don't need to minus this because this item will go to the statement of financial position. But why I minus? Because later, whenever we calculate the provision for doubtful debt, we need the latest figure. That's why I minus. Okay, next one, number 7. The director wished to maintain the provision for doubtful debt for 2% trade receivable. Okay, so this one I don't want to calculate here. I don't want to calculate here because just now I got read the question here. Question number B. They asked me to calculate the increase or decrease of the provision for doubtful debt. So I straight away calculate here. So I calculate the provision for doubtful debt for this year first. Sorry, before that. Last year PDD. Last year PDD, how much? Yeah, last year PDD is 1,000. Last year PDD is 1,000. And how much this year PDD? This year PDD, how to calculate? You take your trade receivable, which is 80,500 minus 500. 80,500 minus 500. So 80,000. 80,000 times with, or show the working also can. You want to show the working also can. 80,500 minus 500 times how many percentage? 2%. Your PDD is 2%. Times with 2%. 80,500 minus 500, I get 80,000. 80,000 times 2%, it's 1,600. 1,600, sorry. So last year PDD is 1,000. Last year PDD is 1,000. And this year PDD is 1,600. So there is an increase in PDD or decrease in PDD. There is an increase in PDD or decrease in PDD. There's an increase in PDD. And you must write increase. 600, right? 600, right? Increase in provision for doubtful debts. Must write because they're asking increase or decrease and how much. So you need to clearly say it's increase. You must clearly say it's increase. Increase in PDD, 600. If increase in PDD, if increase in PDD is your expenses. So right here, increase in PDD. How much? 600. Later, if you didn't write here, later you forget. Whenever you do the income statement, you need to include this as expenses. If you didn't write here, later you forget. That's why better write here. Increase in PDD, later write in expenses. Okay, yes, I'm done with all the additional information. I'm done with all the additional information. The first, I answer question B also. Whenever I read the additional information, question B also I answered. Very good. So now I want to do the question number A. Question number A, they asked me to calculate cost of sales. They asked me to calculate cost of sales. Even though they ask you to calculate cost of sales, better to do the statement. In a statement way is the easiest way, fastest, and get more marks. Okay, I go highlight all the information that related to cost of sales. Yes, opening inventory is related to cost of sales. Purchases, revenue, yes. And also closing inventory. Closing inventory also is related to cost of sales. If you got purchases return, sales return, carriage inward, yeah, we have a carriage inward also, yes, here. Carriage inward, okay, or goods for own use, all this will include in the cost of sales. But I didn't see goods, purchases return, sales return, goods for own use, all I didn't see. Yeah, we don't have. So based on all this information, we will do, revenue also no need. They're asking only for the cost of sales. They're asking only for cost of sales, revenue no need. Okay, so we start with opening inventory, 66,000. The formula is we start with opening inventory 66,000 plus with purchases. My purchases is 263. The purchases I write here 263,000. Why I write in the second line? Because I have a carriage inward, right? So plus with carriage inwards. How much the carriage inwards? 1,500. So I plus 1,500. So plus together, right here how much? 263,000 plus 1,500. I get 264,500. Plus together 66,000 plus 264,500. I get 330,500. 330,500 minus with closing inventory. How much is my closing inventory? 59,000. I get 271,500. 271,500 is my cost of sales. Understand or not? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, there's a question here. There's a question here. Sorry, just now only I see this question. E-recoverable debt written off means they want us to minus the trade receivable, is it? Yes, this one. E-recoverable debt means there are debts that we cannot collect. Okay, to be written off. Written off means we need to minus. Okay, so that's why I take from the total trade receivable, I minus the 500 because the 500 from the 80,500, the 500 confirm we cannot collect because it's irrecoverable already. So that's why we minus the trade receivable. Understand? Irrecoverable, that means maybe the guy died already. So we just minus this account from our book. Okay, that's my cost of sales. After the cost of sales, we need to prepare income statement. Oh, okay. In an income statement also, we need to calculate the cost of sales. So we need to do again. We need to do again. I don't know why this question asks the same thing 2 times. Okay, but it's okay. We just answer. We get more marks for it. Okay, we start with revenue. Income statement start with revenue or sales. How much revenue or sales? 529,500. 529,500. So I write here 529,500 minus with cost of sales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this again here. Copy this again here. Okay, or it is, if you want to take a risk, you can straight away write the answer here. You take this answer, 2,271,500 right here. 271,500 right here. Then you get a gross profit. How much the gross profit? 258,000. You can do this, but I scared later they will minus mark. Okay, you can do this because the cost of sales. Yes, that's why I'm telling you. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. But actually, I checked the marking scheme. The marking scheme give you only 1 mark. They gave you only 1 mark. So if we just write the total or write the working, still get the same thing. Since the question A already we already show how we calculate the cost of sales, you can take the just write the answer cost of sale here. You can do this, but it's not advisable. Okay, my personal advice is just do again opening inventory. Just do again. Okay, but I check the marking scheme. Marking scheme like this. Marking scheme is like this. They give you only 1 mark for this. Okay, you take the answer right here. Okay, so but in exam, if you ask me, just do again. Okay, yes, we enough the line. The line is more than enough. Just do again. But if you do like this also, you still get the 1 mark lah. Okay, it's up to you. You want to take risk or not? Understand? So for now, I just take this because I don't want to waste my time. In exam, it's up to you whether you want to. If you ask me personally, because I'm very prudent. We always consider the most worst case scenario. So I don't lose the marks. I do again the cost of sales. But if you're not prudent, if you want to just write the cost of sales also, actually acceptable. Okay, now? So the gross profit will plus with other income, but do you see any other income here? No, I didn't see any other income here. Okay, so minus with other expenses. Minus with other expenses. Okay, what are the expenses that we have? Always from the top to the bottom, then only you don't miss out anything. Always look at top to the bottom, then only you don't miss out anything. The first one that I can see here is provision for doubtful debt. So right here, there is a increase in provision for doubtful debt. Increase in provision for doubtful debt. Exam no short form, 600. Or you just write provision for doubtful debt also can. We just write provision for doubtful debt also can. After that, we have administration expenses, but administration expenses got calculation. You must show the expenses. Exam no short form, exam no short form. Okay, administration expenses 44,000 minus 1,200. 44,000 minus 1,200, I get 42,800. 42,800. After that, distribution costs. Distribution costs got working, show the working also. The working is 38,000 minus 800. 38,000 minus 800, I get 37, minus or plus, plus. I get 38,800. Plus 38,800. After that, we have a debenture. Debenture will be its expenses, debenture interest expenses, but this is a finance cost expenses. It's other expenses also, but this is a different other expenses. So we'll put it separately down there. The finance expenses we'll put separately. So wait first, later we'll come back here. Other than that, we have depreciation. Depreciation 61,000. Depreciation of NCA. If possible, show the working also. If possible, show the working. What is the working? 61,000 times 10%. Sorry, 610,000. 610,000. So 61,000 is the depreciation. Okay, next one. Irrecoverable debt, 500. Irrecoverable debts. Irrecoverable debt is how much? 500. 500. Okay, do you see any other expenses other than finance costs? No, that's it. So we total up this. Right here, how much? 600, 42,800, 38,800, 61,500, 143,700. You minus 258,000 minus the answer, you get 114,300. 114,300 is my profit from operation. Profit from operation. This profit from operation will be minus with finance cost. If you want to write or don't want to write, can the finance cost, this is a title. If you don't want to write also can, no problem. The finance cost you minus with debenture interest. 700 plus 700. 1,400. 114,300 minus 1,400. I get 112,900. 112,900 is my profit for the year. This is how we do the income statement. Any problem? Okay, good. Next one. Complete the table by place a tick in the correct column, indicate the effect of the equity. Excuse me. Effect of the equities of the JP Limited, each of the following. First one is issue an additional debenture. Additional debenture is a non-current liability. Non-current liability in equity is not effect, no effect. So that's why they put ready for you, no effect. Okay, next one. Issue additional ordinary share. If you sell more ordinary share, your equity will be increased. You understand? Huh? Okay, you sell more share, you will get more capital. So your equity will be increased. Payment of ordinary share dividend. If you pay ordinary share, you will minus in a retained earning. If your retained earning minus, your capital also will minus, equity will be reduced. Capital and reduce same one. Yeah, capital and equity same one. Proposal. Propose means recommend. Okay, recommendation or the proposed dividend cannot record anywhere in accounting. Okay, proposed dividend cannot record anywhere in accounting. So there will be no effect. Transfer retained earning to general reserve. Okay, if you transfer means you will minus the retained earning and then you plus the general reserve. Your retained earning will be reduced and then your general reserve will be increased. So as a total equity, retained earning also is equity, general reserve also equity, both are equity. So you minus from one equity, you plus to the another equity. So as a total, there will be a no effect. Okay, there will be a no effect as a total. Okay, retained earning will be reduced, general reserve will be increased. As a total, no effect. So answer is no effect. Listen up. Okay, we are done with the question number 3. Now we go for question number 4. Question number 4 is a ratio calculation. Ratio calculation. Carlos owns a business selling computer equipment. He provides the following information. They give you sales, cost of sales, operating expenses, drawing, and capital employed. Calculate the profit for the year ended 31st July 2020. They asked me to calculate the profit. So what is the formula to calculate the profit? I have a sales, I have a cost of sales, I have a operating expenses. So how to calculate the profit? You take a sales minus cost of sales minus operating expenses, we get a profit. So how much is my sales? 240,000 minus my cost of sales 169 000. I straight away minus with the operating expenses 55,000. Then I'll get 2400 minus 169,000 minus 55,000. I get 16,000. 16,000 is my profit. Okay, they gave me this year's profit. They gave me the last year's profit also. So maybe later they will ask me to compare. Okay, so next one. Calculate the following ratio, 2 decimal. Read the question now, 2 decimal. So answer must be in a 2 decimal. Profit margin. What is the formula for profit margin? Profit over sales times 100. Profit over sales times 100 is a profit margin. So how much is my profit? I calculated here 16,000. My sales I take from here 240,000 times 100. 16,000 divide 24,000 times 100. I get 6.66666666. The answer is 6.67%. Put the percentage on. Don't forget the percentage. A profit for the year. Profit margin is profit for the year. Profit margin is we take the profit for the year. Only for the capital return on a capital employed. Only for the return on a capital employed, we take the profit from operation. Okay. Other than that, we take profit for the year. But for this question, there's no profit from operation because we don't have finance cost. Whenever you have a finance cost, then only we have a profit from operation. So for this question, there's no not related lah. Okay, next one is gross margin. Gross margin formula is gross profit over sales times 100. Gross profit over sales times 100. Okay, for gross profit, how to calculate gross profit? Sales minus cost of sales. So I show the working. 240,000 minus 169,000 divide with sales. 240,000 times 100. Times 100. So first calculate the gross profit. 240,000 minus 169,000. I get 71,000. 71,000 divide 24,000. 240,000 times 100. I get 2958. 29.58. Don't forget to put percentage. Okay, now? Okay, return on capital employed. Return on capital employed is profit from operation over capital employed times 100. Profit from operation times divide capital employed times 100. But for this question, we don't have finance cost. So your profit for the year and profit from operation is same. Profit for the year and profit from operation is same because there's no finance cost. So you take 16,000, which is a profit for the year, because for this question, profit from operation and profit for the year is same thing only. Divide with capital employed. How to calculate capital employed? Your non-current liability plus with capital. But then this question, I see they already give you, they already plus the capital employed. So we just take the 62,000 times 100. 16,000 divide 62,000 times 100, I get 25.81 lah, because 0.6, right? 25.81%. 2581%. Okay. Okay, here I got a question. If there is a profit from operation, we use profit from operation. Yes. For capital employed, now only for the return on capital employed, we use a profit from operation. Profit from operation. If you don't have profit from operation, then only we take a profit for the year. Okay, after that, the question asked me, comment on the performance of the Colors business 2 years, 2019 and 2020. Performance. Okay, performance means about the profitability lah. If you see the profitability, you can talk about these three also can. How many marks they give you? They give you for 6 months. Oh yeah, very nice. They give you 6 months, 6 marks. They give you 6 marks. So it means 2 marks 2 mark, 2 mark. So 2 point, 2 point, 2 point. They can get a full mark already. Can get a full mark already. Okay. So first thing first, how you can explain this is you say it is good or bad. Okay, it's good or bad. And why? Any possible reason? Any possible reason for the good or bad? Understand? Huh? First, you say it's good or bad, become better or become worse. Become better or good or bad. Better than you say become better or become worse. Become better or become worse, and why this thing happened, for the possible reason this thing happened. Okay, so first one, last year was 8.56. This year is 6.67. So your profit margin, good or bad? Become better or become worse? The bigger the better, right? The bigger the better. So last year was good. This year is actually not really good. Not really good. Your profit margin is not really good. So you go here, you write, talk about profit margin. The profit margin has worsened, become worse lah, become worse from 8.56% in 2019 to 6.67% in 2020. In or on 2019 or in 2019? Incorrect, huh? The profit margin chart to show the profit for the year. Yes. Profit margin is profit for the year. Okay, this is the situation, what happened, and then why this thing happened. Why this thing happened. But if you compare, if I see, okay, actually I don't have any idea, but I see my profit margin, the gross margin is 34. My profit margin is only 8. My gross margin is 29, and my margin, profit margin is 6. So the gap very big. So the gap mainly because of what? The gap mainly because of what? Liability? No, not liability. Profit have no liability. Profit have no liability. Expenses. Okay, there's very high expenses. Okay, from the gross profit margin, the only reason, not only reason, the main reason profit margin will be decreased. The main reason profit margin decrease is because of expenses. But according to the profit for the year, higher than 2019. Yeah, profit higher, but your percentage is lower. Your percentage is lower. It means what? The amount is higher. Yes, you sell more. No. You get more profit, but your percentage of the profit is less. It means you sell a lot, but you sell for a cheaper price. Understand? You sell for cheaper price. Okay, so you can talk about expenses. So profit margin, but that one I can talk about the gross profit. I sell for cheaper price, or you can say your purchase price is very expensive. All these we talk under the gross margin. Okay, sales minus cost of sales, right? All that happen in the gross margin. But in a profit margin, okay, sales minus cost of sales, gross profit plus other income, but normally we don't have other income, minus other expenses, we get a profit. So this here, the profit margin, we talk about expenses only, mainly expenses. Okay, there are two main reasons. There are two main reasons why profit margin reduced, because of expenses and because of the gross profit. But why gross profit margin, higher price, lower price, all this we'll talk under the gross profit margin or gross margin. So you understand that? Huh? So now we can talk about expenses lah. Expenses. Okay. The possible cost is, you can say increase in expenses. You can say increase in expenses, but normal student will say increase in expenses. But like a good student will say is poor control over expenses. So the expenses increased. Okay, but if you directly say expenses increase also, you get the marks lah. But if you just explain a little bit, it shows that you're a very good student. The possible cause is poor control over the expenses, so the expenses increase. You get 2 marks for this. Next one, next paragraph. Next paragraph, we talk about the gross margin has better or worse? Worse also. Okay, from 34 become 29. As worsen from 34.26% in 2019 to 29.58% in 2020. The possible cause is you can talk about 2 things. Working method got problem. What working method? Okay, here I have a some answer. According to the profit for the year. Okay, working method got problem. What working method? I don't know what is the working method. You need to tell what working method. If you just say working method, what working method? Okay, normally the gross profit, how we gross profit margin is sales minus cost of sales. There are only 2 reasons. It's become bad means you sell for cheaper price, you buy for higher price. That's it. If you become better means, you sell for higher price, you buy for cheaper price. Okay, this is a standard answer. Every time your gross profit margin become better. Your gross profit margin become better means you sell for higher price, you buy for lower price. Okay, if your gross profit margin is become worse means you sell for cheaper price, you buy for higher price. This is the fixed answer actually. You can use this one for every time whenever it's increase and decrease. Every time you can use the same example actually. Okay, so now become worse means it's either you sell for cheaper price or you buy for higher price. Okay, the reason is there is a reduction in selling price. I repeat again, I say reduction in a selling price. I didn't say reduction in a sales. Reduce in sales have no effect with the gross margin. Reduce in a sales have no effect in the gross margin. Okay, selling price, yes. Selling price, yes. Gross margin will affect the selling price, not the sales. Understand? It's 1 unit. The problem in the 1 unit, not the total sales. Selling price, not the sales. Remember this. Okay, the third one I want to talk about return on capital employed. Return on capital employed. So the general first, the return on capital employed. Exam no short form, exam no short form. The return on capital employed has version also from 3225. 32.08 in 2019 become 25.81% in 2020. The possible cause is why? It's either your profit less or your capital employed more. Can I write profit less? Did your profit less? No. Okay, profit increase. So you cannot, but the standard answer is profit. It's either profit less, and also capital expenditure increase. So this is the answer. But for this particular question, you cannot say profit increase, profit less. Profit actually increase. So you cannot talk about profit. You talk about increase in capital employed. The possible cause is there is increase in capital employed. Example, maybe the owner introduced more capital. The owner introduced more capital, or another one you can say we take a bank loan. We take a bank loan, so the capital employed, long-term loan, so the capital employed increase. Okay, so this one you'll get 6 months. This one you'll get 6 months. Can or not? Okay, after this, the question asked me to do. Okay, theory question. Carlos is concerned that the business bank balance shown a large decrease. He is considering either investing more cash, his private fund, obtaining 2 years bank loan. Got two options: investing his own money or take a bank loan. Advise Carlos which option he should select. Justify your answer by providing one advantage and one disadvantage of each option. So advantage, disadvantage, advantage, disadvantage, and then you conclude your advice. Okay, first one I want to talk about. If Carlos investing is private fund. If Carlos investing is private fund, he has no interest cost. Wait. Okay, I don't want to answer like this. I want to use the word advantage and disadvantage. Then only the examiner will see my answer. Okay, right, like this. The advantage of investing is private fund. You write like this, you construct the sentence like this. The advantage of, you use the word advantage, then only the examiner, okay, this is an advantage, this is a disadvantage, they will know. Okay, the advantage of investing is private fund is there is no interest cost. So he no need to pay interest. Or another answer, yes, he no need to repay. He no need to repay the capital. Okay, and the disadvantage is okay. It's your own money. Your own money. You invest. If anything goes wrong, the money gone. So there's a greater personal risk. Okay, greater personal risk. Or you can say, yes, Shannon is correct. Okay, you can say not enough. Maybe your private fund is not enough to invest. You don't need enough money. If you got means, okay lah. If you don't enough means, you have no choice. You need to take the bank loan. So this is the one paragraph. Another paragraph, again. Another paragraph, the advantage of obtaining 2-year bank loan is, you can talk about instantly available. Bank loan, you apply today within like a few days. Within few days, you'll get the loan. Instantly available. Or you can say you have 2 years to pay back. You have a longer, 2 years is considered long time period lah. You have 2 years to pay back. You have 2 years to pay back. You can say that also. Okay, but, okay, you say or you can say and also lah. Okay, but the disadvantage is there is annual interest. Annual interest is charged, or you need to pay back, or you need a security. Security may be required. The bank will ask for security. The relationship with the bank may be worsened if unable to pay the debt. Don't talk about that. Okay, don't talk about unable to pay. So now we are considering it's either our money or bank money. We didn't talk about unable to pay. That one's in the future thing. Okay, that one future things. We talk about current situation only. Okay, we need to pay the interest, or we need to pay back, or the bank may required for security, which you don't have the security because we are sole trader. We are sole trader. We maybe don't have much security. And then the third paragraph is, I would advise Carlos to, if you ask me personally, just take a loan lah. You use bank's money. It's okay, we take the risk. Okay, but here I say I would advise Carlos to investing is private fund. Either way also you get the marks. Any advice you will get the marks. Any advice you will get the marks. Yeah. Next one. Name one party other than himself and his employee who is interested in the Carlos financial statement. State one reason. Okay, why people interested? Okay, first one is bank. You can say bank lah. Bank. Why bank want to know your financial statement? To assess the availability of security for a loan. So I will check whether you have a security or not, you have a non-current asset or not to give you loan. Future investors can. Future investors can. Okay, but the owner cannot because he say other than himself. Future investor can. Future investor to check the prospect of the business. Maybe he want to join with another company or another guy, partnership. So he want to change to partnership. The future investor want to see can, but the owner cannot. Owner cannot. Okay, or another one, the most easy one lah, easy to remember. Government or the tax authority. Why the government or tax authority want to see your financial statement? To assess the tax due from the owner lah. Okay, they're asking only one lah. They're asking only one. You can choose anyone lah. Okay, that's it for question number 4. So now we do the last question. Okay. Last question of a favorite. Last question of favorite. Correction of error. Correction of error. Okay, what the question asked me to do? The question asked me to do suspense account, the effect of the profit, and also the type of the error. I think we do one by one lah. Okay, then only is easy. We do one by one. So first one, number one. We read this. The total trial balance. The total trial balance on the 30th April 2020 did not agree. The total debit is this much, credit is this much. So the suspense account was open. How much the difference? What's the difference? 10450 minus 10250. So the difference 200. The 200 will be debit side or credit side. Which side is not enough? Your credit side is not enough. Your credit side is not enough. So you'll plus into the credit side. So I go to the suspense account. I write 200. Right? Different on trial balance. Exam right follow. Exam right follow. Different on trial balance. What is the date? 30th September. So 2020, September 30. Here also 2020, September 30. 2020, September 30. Okay, after that, first one, number one. The total of the sales return journal has been overcast by 30. So the total of only the total overcast. If only the total is overcast, there will be a suspense account. So now I need to plus the sales return or minus the sales return. Now it's overcast. So I need to plus the sales return over ready. If sales return over ready, I need to minus. Sales return over ready, I need to minus. So normally sales return will be in a debit side. Normally sales return will be in a debit side. So now I need to minus. So it will go debit or credit. It will go credit. So normally sales return will be in a debit side. I need to minus means go credit. So your sales return credit means your suspense. Another account will be suspense now because the mistake happened in the total. So your trade receivable is correct. Your trade receivable is correct. So your suspense account will be debit. The suspense account will be debit. So you go debit. You write here 300. Sales return. Understand or not? Okay, any question on this? Okay, then we do this one also. Okay, this is error 2, error 4, later we come back. So error number 1. Error number 1, they want the effect on the profit, correcting this error. So now your sales return is overcast. You minus the sales return. If you minus the sales return, your profit will, if your sales return minus, your sales will be, if your sales return reduce, if your sales return reduce, your sales will be, your profit will be increase. Your income will be increase. Okay, sales return reduce means because you minus profit, sales part. So you're minusing less. If you're minusing less, your profit will go up. There will be an increase in the profit. There will be an increase in the profit. Understand now? So number 1, we are done already. Now do number 2. Cash sales 820 had not been recorded in the book, or you didn't record at all. If you didn't record at all, there is no suspense here. Because debit also wrong, credit also wrong. Debit also wrong, credit also wrong. Both sides wrong means there's no suspense here. So this one will be, no need right here, no need right here. We straight away put in a answer B. Answer B, they asked me to tell me what error is this. Error number 2 is what error? You totally forget to record. This is error of omission. Omitted. You know it's omitted, right? You forget to record. Error of omission. Then, if you do the correction of the thing, so now you record. Your cash sales is your income. You forget to record the income. You forget to record the income. So now you record the income. So your sales will be, increased. You plus the sales, right? If you say sales plus means profit will be increase also. You forget to record the sales. Now you record the sales. If you plus the sales, your profit will go up. Profit will be increased. Correction is profit increase. Number 3. A purchase invoice under 90 had been credited to the account of P Hill instead of D Hill. Wait, a purchaser's invoice. Whenever there's a purchaser's invoice, we will credit the trade payable. We will credit the trade payable. You're supposed to credit the trade payable, but you go credit to the wrong trade payable. So there will be a suspense account or not? There will be a suspense account or not? You're supposed to credit to this account. You go credit to another account. So your debit credit is correct, only the wrong account. You're supposed to credit this account. You go credit this account. So your debit credit is correct. Debit credit is correct. So if your debit credit is correct means there's no suspense account. No suspense. You understand or not? If you don't understand, please tell me. I'll explain. You see how what happened is this one now what happened is you debit the purchasers. Debit the purchasers. You're supposed to credit D Hill, but you mistakenly credit P Hill. So one debit, one credit. As a total, the trial balance will be balanced, but the wrong account only. So there's no suspense account. Whenever the total is not balanced, then only the suspense account will appear. So for this one, no suspense also. For this one, no suspense. This is error number 4, so no need. Error number 3 here. So what happened? What happened to your profit? Is it your purchases is correct? Your purchases is correct. Huh? Okay, the mistake in where? The mistake in a trade payable. The error in trade payable. Trade payable is liability. Liability is not related to profit. Okay, only the income and expenses will affect the profit. Only the income and expenses will be affect the profit. So this one, profit, no effect. This one, profit, no effect. Next one. A check payment 240 for the motor repair had been correctly entered in the cash book, but posted in the debit side of the motor repair of 420. So your expenses, debit side is correct. Expenses, debit side is correct, but the amount is wrong. So the amount is over or less. 420 minus 240, over by 180. Over by 180. If over by 180 means you need to plus or minus. You need to minus the expenses. If you minus the expenses, you credit the motor repair. Credit motor repair 180. And debit what? Debit the suspense. Because your cash book is correct. One correct, one wrong, there will be a suspense account. In a suspense account, 180 motor repair. Motor repairs. You understand now? Okay, number 4. What mistake is this? What mistake is this? Okay, this one there's no fixed name. There's no fixed name for this. There is no fixed name for this. You can write this. Error of transposition. in one account. Error of transposition in one account, or you can say error of wrong amount in one account. Error of wrong amount in one account. This ever, there's no fixed name. There's no fixed name for this error. There's no fixed name for this error actually. Okay, next one. What happened to the profit? Your motor expenses overstated. Your motor expenses is overstated. Now I will minus the expenses. Last time you overstated. Now I'll minus the expenses. If you minus the expenses, what happened to your profit? Expenses reduce means a profit increase. Expenses reduce means profit will be increase. Okay, now? Next one. Rent received 310 has debited to rent payable. Oh, your income. This is your income. You mistakenly record as a debited to the expenses. It's your income. You mistakenly recorded as a expenses. So now what do you need to do? Original entry. Wait, the number 4, it's not original entry. If original entry means both sides must be wrong. If both sides wrong, then only original entry. Debit also wrong, credit also wrong, then only you can use the original entry. It's not original entry. Only one side is wrong. Understand now? Okay, number 5. Rent received 3110 debited to rent payable. So now I need to minus the rent payable. So I credit the rent payable. Okay, I credit the rent payable, and then rent received. Rent receives the income. Income need to plus. Income plus means will be credit the income. Oh, rent payable minus, you credit the rent payable. Rent received, you plus credit also. So to credit, the another account will be suspense. The another account will be suspense. So suspense will be debit. But can I write 620? No, you need to write one by one. In account, we write one by one. Okay, but in a journal, we write total. In a journal, we write total, but in an account, we write one by one because different name. So 310 right here, rent received or rent receivable, rent received or rent receivable, 310, rent paid or rent payable. I just use the term used by the question. Okay, it will be in a debit side. Okay, after that, error. Error number 5. What is the effect on the profit? Profit increase or profit decrease? What do you do? You minus the expenses plus the income. You minus the expenses plus the income. So your profit will be, you minus the expenses plus the income. So your profit will be up, increase. The profit will be increased because expenses minus profit will be increased. Somehow your income will increase, profit increase also. Next one. A staff wages 250 had been posted to the Razia's drawing account. It's your expenses, but you record as a drawing. It's your expenses, but you record as a drawing. Expenses also debit, drawing also debit. So there's no suspense account. There's no suspense account. Okay, no suspense account. Because there is only debit lah. Debit go debit right now. But this one will affect your profit definitely because it's expenses. So now you'll plus the expenses or minus the expenses. It's your wages, but you record in a drawing. So now you need to plus the wages, plus the expenses. Expenses you plus means profit will be reduced. Profit will be reduced. Okay, next one. A check paid 900 to Kamel, a credit supplier, had been entered correctly in the cash book, but not been posted in the Kamel. Oh, We pay to the Kamil. We're supposed to debit the Kamil. They forget to debit the Kamil. So now we will debit the Kamil. If you debit the Kamil and credit supposed to be bank, but your cash book correct already. If cash book correct, so now we'll open in the suspense. So suspense will be credit by 900 and that one will be Kamil. And Kamil is your trade payable. Trade payable is liability. Any effect in the liability, there will be no effect in the profit. Anything happen in liability, no effect in the profit. So I think I'm done with all the transaction. Just balance up. How to balance up? See the total. My debit side is 300, 180, 310, 310. I get 110. 1100. 200 plus 900. Yeah, same. 1100. So my total debit and total credit is same. So suspense unsettled. I'm settled with all the balance. Can I have a balance CD? Can a suspense account sometimes will have a balance CD, which is you didn't really encounter all the mistakes. Okay. So after this, we have done the B and C also. Last one. Razia is considering whether or not to sell the cash terms only. Okay, she wants to sell on cash only. Advise Razia whether not or she sell on the cash terms only. Justify your answer. 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of selling cash terms only. He don't want to do credit sales. He don't want to do credit sales, only the cash sales. So the advantages is, we will start like this. The advantages of selling on cash term is there will be no irrecoverable debt. Okay, there will be no irrecoverable debts because everything you will collect on the spot. Okay, and also, and the cash will be received immediately, which is good actually. We can receive the money immediately whenever we sell. But okay, we can need to talk about disadvantage also. The disadvantages of selling on cash term only maybe the customer prefer to buy credit. So you will do what? May lose customers. You may lose the customers. Okay, which they prefer credit sales. And also, if you sell all in cash means you receive a lot of cash money. So what do you need to do? There is increased security issue. Okay, sell on cash terms only. So everybody will pay on the spot or immediately they will pay cash. So you receive cash, a lot of cash, you will keep a lot of cash in a bank. I mean, in office. So you need to do something. It's either you need to straight away go to the banking, or you need to pay a safe in your company, keep all the money in a safe, or you need to do something. There's an increase in the security issue. But if you sell in credit terms, okay, some people will pay bank transfer, some people will pay, they give you check and everything. But whenever it's cash terms, they will pay you only in a cash. So there's a increased security issues. So the decision is, I would advise Razia not to sell only cash terms. Okay, if you want to continue again, she might sell on cash and also on credit terms. On cash and credit terms also, like that. Okay, I think we are done with the question number 5. That's it. We are done. Okay, any problem? You can ask me.